Target audience is 13 and up. Hey guys, how's it going? Today we are just going to be talking about Team Zooganic, Leonclaw, why I like it so much. So in the background, we're just going to be doing some battles. We've got Phoenix Wing on 560 point, and we've got Leonclaw on 960 taper. And yeah, I'm just trying out some different launch techniques and stuff like that. Just wanted some video in the background, but main thing today is I wanted to talk about Team Zooganic, sort of the anime a little bit, Plastic Gen, sort of how it all ties together, why I like Team Zooganic as much as I do. They haven't had that much screen time in the anime or in the manga, but they're my favorite team. And Leonclaw is definitely my favorite Beyblade from X so far, despite not being particularly great. And part of the reason for that is the parallels between Team Zooganic and the White Tigers from Plastic Generation. I'm not sure if the designer or writer took any inspiration for Team Zooganic from the White Tigers, but I can definitely see some similarities, especially with King and Lee. They both sort of had that sort of feral look to them. They both use sort of like lion Beyblades, which I guess you could sort of attribute some similarities to Kyoya as well if you wanted to. Personally, I see more of a similarity between King and Lee, but that's just me. Also, the camaraderie between Zooganic seems way more cohesive to me than the other teams that we've seen. Granted, we haven't seen that many teams. We've got Team Phalanx, which, you know, are basically bullies. We've got Team Persona, which, to be honest, doesn't seem all that cohesive. Like, they're teammates, sure. I mean, I guess you could call them friends, but they don't seem particularly close, if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody else has really thought about that, or, you know, I don't even know if it's really worth even thinking about, but it doesn't seem like they're super close yet. I'm sure that's going to change, but Zooganic, on the other hand, like, you can tell right off the bat, like, this is a team that's cohesive. You know, they're sort of, the entire team is sort of themed, and they seem like they're like friends with each other, like they're close with each other, and I can appreciate that. You know, versus Team Persona, who, you know, largely feels like it was just kind of thrown together. So, you know, Common X needed a team to be able to climb back up the tower. He didn't have one. Bird got ditched by his team. It was like right place, you know, at the right time. And so Bird gets picked up. And then, you know, they end up going against Multi. And, you know, Common X is like, yo, we need a third. You want to join? And she's like, yeah, of course, you know. And that's kind of like where it's at. Like, they sort of like live together or whatever at the sushi house, but like they don't seem like super close friends or anything like that. It seems like everybody's got sort of their own agenda. Common X is trying to get up to, you know, fight Chrome. Multi is, you know, she's trying to, I guess, further her career and her standing as an influencer as well as a Beyblader. And then Bird, I don't know what Bird's doing, actually. To be completely honest with you, now that I think about it, like, what's Bird there for? Like, he wants to be a pro, but, like, why? Why does he want to be a pro? What's his motivation other than just, like, I guess liking Beyblade? But, I mean, does he really? Like, he seems kind of like a casual, you know? He didn't know what a battle pass was. He didn't really know how the tower worked. Like, in terms of knowledge, Bird didn't really seem to know much of anything, actually. It's still, like, I feel like they're constantly like, yo, Bird, you know this rule, or you know that, or you know how this works, and he doesn't really know anything, which, I mean, he's an amateur, sure, but, like, anybody who's really invested in a hobby, I feel like invests time in learning the hobby. I mean, I'm sure that's what I do. You know, if I get really into something, like, I just start absorbing information until I feel like I'm knowledgeable. And Bird definitely doesn't feel like that, so I'm not really sure what his motivation is. But that's the reason why I like Team Zooganic so much. It's why it's my favorite team so far. Granted, we don't have that many teams. Like I said, not that many teams. Maybe one will come along that will replace them as my favorite. But as of right now, Team Zooganic feels like the most cohesive, the most friendly, sort of they sort of followed like the theme together as a whole, which I really like. It's something that they sort of did in Plastic Gen, you know, where you would have a team that was themed after like one sort of like Bit Beast line or one sort of like attribute or whatever. And I like that about Team Zooganic. And then in terms of like Leonclaw, why Leonclaw is my favorite, I just like the design aesthetically. I think it looks really cool. I think that like the claws on top look really, really interesting. I like the lion motif. I like cats in general. I mean, you guys probably know that. I have cats basically I have Max in my end screen pretty much every video. But the reason why I've done so many videos on Leonclaw and trying to make it better is because I just like I like the Beyblade. I like the design of the blade. I think it looks cool. I don't think that it's like top tier or anything. But there's something, I don't know, there's something fun about taking something that's not particularly great and trying to squeeze out as much potential as you can. That's why I make a video every time, like, you know, new parts come out that I think, you know, are worth looking at, just to see if I can squeeze out just a little more from Leonclaw. So I do plan on going to tournaments like this spring, this summer, and I would like to try to top a tournament with Leonclaw. I know the odds are not as good as if I was using, you know, Drawn Sword or Phoenix or, you know, whatever. But there's something fun about picking something you like over picking something that's necessarily the best. A lot of, you know, once you get into competitive, it's very easy to focus on just winning. You know, just trying to increase your rank or whatever. But I don't know, there's just something redeeming about taking something that you like that maybe isn't necessarily as good and trying to do as good as you can with it. You know, there's a nice quote at the beginning of Beyblade X that says, you know, Beyblade's supposed to be about having fun and not about winning. As much as I've complained about Bird losing, I do actually agree with that. I think that, you know, Beyblade should be fun. I don't think it should be about winning all the time. I do think that a character in a pro ladder, you know, trying to go pro should win sometimes, which is my issue with Bird, is that he just never wins. He's like, I think somebody counted, he's like 20 plus straight losses in the anime. So yeah, sure, that having fun is important, but if you're never winning, I don't know how much fun that's going to be. But yeah, Leonclaw's just cool. It looks cool to me. I like the design of it. And yeah, I want to try to top a tournament with it, which is why I make so many videos on it. And you know, I wouldn't put it in the lowest tier. I don't think it's like, you know, F tier or D tier or anything like that. Maybe C tier. So it's not S for sure. It's not A. I don't think it's even B. But I think C tier. I don't think it's like bottom of the barrel. I really don't. I think it's better than Rhino Horn. Some people may disagree with me there, but I don't know. I think it's all right. Anyway, that's it for this one. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like for the algorithm. Drop a comment. Let me know what your favorite Beyblade X Bay is. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Thanks for watching.